There are so many myths going around about selling digital products, and what better time to talk about it than now? But hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katera, and I know that you guys have been seeing everyone talking about selling digital products. So I know that you have been seeing people's videos talking about how they made $10,000 per month selling ebooks, or how they made $20,000, $50,000, or even $100,000. And while digital products can be life-changing, I mean, it's changed my life as well, some of these things that people are saying online aren't fully the truth. And you know, your girl is going to keep it real with you guys 110%. So today I'm going to spill the tea and debunk some of these myths that people are saying, because I mean, some of this stuff is outrageous. So let's just get into it. So the first thing that a lot of people say that when they're trying to get you to buy or get into selling digital products is you only have to make it once, and that's just when the money starts rolling in. And I feel like this can mislead a lot of people, because it makes a lot of people think that, okay, I only got to make a product once and people are going to buy it instantly. But there's a lot that comes into it. You have to do a lot of market research. You have to know how to effectively market your products. You have to create content for your products. It's just a whole business, okay? I wish it was that simple, but it's not. So yes, the beauty of digital products is that you do create a product one time and you can resell it as many times as you want to. But you have to market it consistently. You have to continuously talk about the product, and you really have to create a product that people want. So that goes into creating products that essentially solve problems for people. For example, my Fast Track to Digital Money mini course is not just a product that I just slapped together and said, okay, y'all, come buy my product. It was essentially a product that I took a lot of time crafting and putting a lot of time into to be able to essentially craft the masterpiece that it is. I looked at the gaps that were in the market. For one, a lot of people didn't always have the money to purchase these $500 and $200 courses. I also am constantly learning from my audience. So when we have meetings, I ask them, hey guys, what do you want to learn from me? What is something I can do better? So that way I can tweak it so that it can be better for more people that purchase the product. So passive income isn't always completely passive, at least not in the beginning. Now, the second one that a lot of people is like up and down about is that you need a big following to start selling digital products, which is and isn't true. And here's why. It isn't true because you can essentially sell digital products with a small following as long as you have built community. When you're first starting out, of course, you're not going to be able to sell a digital product straight out the gate. That's why I said it is and it isn't true, because, you know, once you have a big following, essentially sometimes a big following equals community. Not always, but majority of times, if they build their following correctly, they have a community behind them that they can sell to. But when you also have a small following, you can also sell digital products when you have a community. If you have not effectively took time to build a community, find your tribe, and have people come to you that essentially are interested in your product, then you're not going to be able to sell your product. And this is what I teach a lot of the people that are in my community as well. You have to learn how to effectively market and brand yourself to even learn how to market and brand these products as well. That's like building a store in the middle of the desert and expecting people to find you. So for me, I utilize platforms like TikTok, which we don't know what's going on with them. So, you know, I'm going to migrate over to Instagram and YouTube. But Pinterest is my baby. I've been using Pinterest since Pinterest has existed. No, I'm joking. But literally, I mean, I've had Pinterest for a long time. But for my business, I've utilized Pinterest as well to be able to drive traffic to my products, because essentially we don't always know what's going on with these platforms. And I'm a mom. I want to make money the most passive way possible. So Pinterest has been my go-to. Find your platform, find what works for you. Don't worry about the following, worry about building community, and you should be able to see success in this space. So the third one is, a lot of people think that selling digital products is just easy money. Now, don't get me wrong. Selling digital products has been some of the most easiest money I've ever made in my life. I'm not even going to lie to you. But a lot has went into making this money. It's not as simple as just creating a product in Canva and just slapping a name on it, slapping a price on it, and just putting it out there for people to buy. You really have to understand your audience, understand what they need from you, what can essentially help them. And a lot of people love purchasing products, especially like the products that I sell, with mentorship or with someone that can help guide them to see success. Because if they're purchasing from someone who just offers the product and they don't offer some type of mentorship or help, then you will get stuck, especially if you don't know what to do. And essentially you bought from that person because you want to learn from them and be where they are, right? So that is why I help my students to get to where they want to be. And I wouldn't even call them students. I don't like calling them students, but like I help the people that come into my community so that they can start seeing success just like me. But when I created my Amazon influencer ebook, for example, I made sure that it wasn't just fluff. I found a gap in the market. I got the results myself so that I was able to turn around and allow people to get the same results as well. So this is what gets sales, not just throwing something together and thinking people are going to buy it, really understanding your audience, understanding what they need from you, and putting it together into a product that essentially is going to be the solution to their problem. So the fourth myth, and this one gets me every single time. A lot of people think if you build it, they will just come. How are people going to come find your product if they don't know you exist? Exactly. Selling a digital product is not like opening a store in the middle of a desert. You need to tell people where to find you and why they should come. People need a reason. People need to know what's in it for them. This is what I tell people as well. People don't care about what you do. People want to know what you can do for them. So I utilize strategies like email marketing and social media to help me market and brand and get myself out there so that people know that my products exist. They know how I can help them, and they know that I can essentially get them and allow them to see the results that I have seen as well. So for example, my freebie, which is the steps to earning 5 figures online, is designed to help people learn what steps they need to take to get into the space and to get people to know who they are so that they can start selling digital products. Marketing in this space is not optional. Okay, say it with me. Not optional. You have to learn how to market. And with me being a marketing major, that is what I went to school for. It's what I eat, live, and breathe, which is why I say this is so important, because marketing is everywhere we look. And so you need to learn how to effectively and efficiently market yourself. Selling digital products is essentially a business that you're starting. It is not just something that you're just doing just because. It can be the most lucrative thing that you've ever come across, but if you don't know how to effectively show people what and how to do something, you're not going to see success. Now, the fifth one and the last one is that digital marketing or selling digital products is oversaturated. People love to say that something is oversaturated, and I feel like a lot of people use that as a coping mechanism because they're afraid to get started. Nothing essentially is oversaturated. You have to figure out where you fit in. Essentially, we're all different, right? God made us all different and unique. So we all have something different to put into a different space. So nothing is oversaturated because there's no one like you in the space. And I also feel like the scamming comments or that's a scam is another coping mechanism because a lot of people don't understand that it's not a scam. You've never heard of doing something. So like for me, coming from a small town, a lot of people might look at me and be like, oh girl, that's a scam, because they've never heard of doing something like this. No one I know has ever done anything like this. But stop it. It is not oversaturated. Stop using that as a coping mechanism or as an excuse to not do something because it's not oversaturated. If anything, 2025 is the best time to get into selling digital products because, I mean, it's essentially been out for years, but now more and more people are getting into the space because they're understanding how life-changing this can be. So sis, the market isn't oversaturated. You just need to figure out how to stand out in the market. And that essentially goes into your messaging and who you are, along with sharing your voice and your spin on things that makes your product unique or different from everyone else's. And I mean, there are hundreds of digital marketing courses, and there are hundreds of people teaching other people how to get into this space and how to sell digital products. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, there's nobody like Katera Lachey. There's no one like you either. But don't let saturation stop you. To me, that doesn't even exist. There is room for you in the digital product world. So all right, y'all, I hope that you have debunked some of your myths, especially if you guys are timid about coming into this space. Come on sis, I can help you out. Let me know. You can check out my description if you want to get started there. I have several resources down there as well. But I hope that this gave you some clarity. I hope this gave you the push and the go to get started, because I have debunked all these myths so that you know what's the real and what's the not, because you know I'm gonna keep it real. But trust me, it's not easy, but it is worth it. If you have any more questions, drop them in the comments. What videos would you like to see next? I love connecting with you guys, and I thank you guys so much for the support. Don't forget to subscribe, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.